and I got to see my favorite SOP. Did you forget? Or like, what's tea? It was a surreal moment, y'all. Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is aliahaerial if you are new, and I make videos about lifestyle, beauty, and travel content. So if that's something that you like, please don't hesitate to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share it with a friend. So in today's video, we are going to be reviewing 2023, y'all. We're also going to be talking about some things that I plan to do to get prepared for 2024. So if that's something that you want to hear about, be sure to keep watching. So y'all, I got my wine and I also have my notes on deck so I don't get off track, because I can ramble a little bit. So I want to make sure that I'm organized in my speech and I want to get some points across. I got some things to say, baby. So we're going to get into it. But if you are a wine drinker, if you want to go get you a little mixed drink from the fridge, go ahead and do that, because I don't want to be sipping alone. It is nighttime. I'm cozy. I got my cute PJs on, and I want y'all to feel the vibes. So go get you a drink and then come back, and we're going to get right into our review. Okay, y'all, so just to hop right into it, 2023 for me, if I had to choose two words, for the first 3 quarters, I would say that 2023 was very promising. Everything was looking good. I started with my gym. You know, everything was just going as planned. And then the 4th quarter and a little bit of the 3rd quarter, things started to get a little weird. Okay? So if I had to describe 2023, those would be my 2 words: promising and then weird. And we'll get into a lot more details later, but I want to share 5 things that I learned in 2023 with y'all. And I want y'all to comment down below how y'all feel about these things, and if you felt like these things related to you as well. So the first thing that I have on my list is you deserve a break. So first things first, I am very big on mental health. I'm very big on taking care of yourself before you take care of others. And I feel like the year 2023, nothing changed about that. I just took it a step higher by taking a solo trip. Then I guess along with that, I would say always make sure you create a safe space for you. Not everyone can afford solo travel. I mean, because I honestly feel like we're in a recession, babes. Like, everybody can't afford to pay for the flight, go on the trip, pay for the resort or the hotel, and then pay for excursions. Like, that's just not affordable for everybody. So with that being said, please create a safe space for you, whether that be taking off a day of work every month, every 2 months, every 3 months. Just create a safe space for you. You can create a safe space in your home. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of like war rooms or prayer rooms or she caves. Create a safe space for you where you can just go to take a load off mentally, journal, vent to yourself, call a friend, do something for you in 2024, because that's something that I really learned in 2023, that you cannot put yourself last. You just can't. So yeah, that was one of my biggest takeaways from 2023. Along with that, I will say number 2 would be treat people the way that they treat you. Y'all, so this is one thing that I learned in the 3rd and 4th quarter, because I'm very big on reciprocity. Like, if I'm reaching out, then you could also be reaching out to me. So within the 3rd and the 4th quarter, I started to realize like some of my relationships were a little bit one-sided. And I'll talk more about that later, because I want to get through my top 5 things that I learned. But treat people the way that they treat you. And that's something that I feel like our parents taught us when we were young. And I feel like, I don't know about y'all parents, but my parents, I feel like they told me that every other month. Especially when I started to go to middle school and high school. You know, at that age, middle school, high school age, you kind of switch friend groups, or you get into it with your friends. So my parents would always say, treat people how they treat you. And every time I ran into a situation where I felt like I was doing a little bit more, okay, noted, I'm gonna treat you how you treat me. So yeah. Number 3 would be things will not always go as planned, but that don't mean you gotta stay off track. And I'm talking heavily to myself, okay? That's why these are my lessons that I learned. I am a master pivoter. Like, I can change a situation and keep rolling, but I feel like there were certain things that happened in 2023 that I just stayed off track. And I feel like that was one of my biggest regrets, like getting off track and staying off track. So that's another thing that I learned in 2023. Like, yeah, let things go off the wayside, but girl, get back on the train track and go the course. Like, don't just get off the track and stay off. Okay, y'all, so number 4 is gonna be family time is important. So if you don't watch my vlogs, or if you're new to my channel, then I want you to know that I am very big on spending time with my family. Like, my family and I are over 5 hours apart, but we make time to see each other, whether it be me going back to my hometown or them coming out here to see me. We make time to see each other. So that's not anything new that I learned in 2023. I spent a lot of time with my family this year, so it was something at the very forefront of my mind. So yeah, I'll take a sip to that. And last but not least, if you do the same thing, you'll get the same result. And I feel like this kind of goes back with things won't go as planned, but don't stay off track, because if you stay off track, you're gonna get the same result, which is being off track. So I kind of made this as one of my lessons, because I can't keep planning content, scheduling content, recording content, and then not posting content, because I'm gonna get the same result. And then I can also use fitness as an example of this. I can't keep working out, stopping, and then starting back, expecting to lose 20 pounds. That's just not how it works. So I feel like that was a big lesson for me in 2023. And I'm really hoping that I can get a grip on that and change it in 2024. All right, y'all. So when I think about my 2023, I had a lot of firsts this year. When I look at my notes, I wrote that I had my first solo trip this year. I went to Cancun. I'm going to tag the Cancun vlog somewhere up here on the left or the right side. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you go back and watch it. I also went to Dubai for the first time this year, and I had a blast. That video will be coming out within the next week or 2. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that. I also worked for myself for the first time this year, y'all. I started independent contracting. It was a surreal moment, y'all. And 2023 was also my first year working with some big name brands. So I had a lot of firsts this year, and I feel very proud of myself for doing all of these things for the very first time. So even though this year got a little weird, I mean, I still feel like I had some good firsts for this year. Let's get a little bit more personal, and we're going to talk about the different categories of things that happen within my life. Let's hop right into the categories. Body/fitness. So for the first 6 months of the year, y'all, I was doing so freaking good with working out. I mean, I was getting up at 5 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. But I stopped going in June. So that month in July, I started working out by myself, which is what I've done over the years of me staying in Houston. I've just worked out by myself, but I kind of got bored of like my routine, doing the same old things and stuff like that. So that's why I seeked out a personal trainer. And I really wasn't losing weight when I was working out by myself. So I thought that if I got a personal trainer, I could lose the weight. But I felt like with me working out with my trainer for 6 months, I did not really get to see the results that I really wanted to see. So in August is when I canceled my membership and I started walking. But as with me working out by myself, as always, like, I'm not very consistent with it if my head is not in the game. And my head was not in the game because I don't know why, but for some reason, third and fourth quarter, I just kind of got off track with everything. And I feel like a big part of it was me canceling that membership, because with me starting my days at 5:30 or 6 a.m., I was getting, my day was just going smoothly. You know, it was like a bus headed to the bus stop or a train on a train track. I mean, my day ran so smooth. But when I stopped it, I was still going walking early in the morning, but instead of it being around 6 or 5:30 in the morning, I would go walking around 7:30. Yeah, that's how I felt about my body and my fitness in 2023. I wish it could have been better. Next up is the mind category. So how did I nourish my mind in 2023? So one thing that I really love to do, y'all, is read books. I like to read urban fiction books more so than self-help books, but I do read self-help books. I try to do one urban fiction book, one self-help book, and then another urban fiction book. But sometimes I tend to be reading the same self-help book for about 2 or 3 months. But reading is how I nourish my mind in 2023. That's nothing new for me. I always read. I also journaled here and there, but I feel like I could have journaled more. Sometimes if I don't feel like writing, I will do a video log of how I feel throughout the day. So I feel like in 2024, I will try to write in my journal a little bit more, because I do like to go back, like at the end of the year, which is like right now. I do like to go back and read over my journal entries to see, you know, have things changed? Do I still feel the same way, or blah, blah, blah. And then lastly, in the mind category, one thing that I put on like my intentions list for 2023 that I did not get to do, y'all, was start individual therapy. I'm so mad at myself because I feel like I probably would not have gotten off track in the third and the fourth quarters if I would have started therapy. But since that is the past, I'm just gonna move forward in 2024 with a better plan for myself and my mind, my mental health, or whatever. So I would like to really get started with therapy this year. I did have a bad experience in the past, which kind of pushes me away from going to get a therapist. But I feel like I could benefit more than I would probably have another bad experience, to be honest. So that's it for the mind category. Next up, let's talk a little bit about my career. So I'm going to break the career category into 2 subcategories. We're going to first talk about my 9 to 5, which, if you don't know, I am a speech language pathologist. And this year, reflecting back, I would say that I did hone in on my career a lot. I have more assistants, so which equates to more help at my job. Sorry, y'all, I am congested, and as the night goes on, it just gets worse and worse. So sorry about that. But I do have more assistants at work. I took more professional development to help hone in on my skills, to help me get better at my craft. So I feel so happy about that, y'all. I got to see one of my favorite speech therapists on this side of the earth. That was really good for me, y'all. I mean, that was one of my favorite moments of my career. And then, as I mentioned earlier, one of my biggest accomplishments was starting independent contracting. Independent contracting essentially is working for yourself. So I started independent contracting on the side this year, and so far it's been going well. So I'm excited to see where it can go in 2024. Okay, so the second subcategory of career, this could also be considered like a hobby, because it's like the creative part of everything. So in 2023, I finally started my YouTube channel, y'all. This is something that I have always wanted to do. I mean, y'all see, I've been uploading videos way from 2020. I still got more travel videos and things that I have to upload, but I'm so proud that I actually put my fear to the side to get my YouTube channel started. I've been getting such great positive feedback about my channel, about my videos, about my editing, about the quality of everything. So that just makes me feel really good. So thank y'all so much for subscribing to my channel. I'm just so excited to see where this channel is gonna go in 2024. Super excited. Also, along with that, YouTube has exposed me to two big companies. And y'all, I was actually surprised because I'm such a small channel. And when I got the first collab, I think it was from YouTube. No, the first collab was from TikTok. So Good American saw, I think, my Amazon try-on video on TikTok, and they reached out to me. So I did have a collaboration, not a sponsorship, but just a simple collab with Good American earlier this year. And for that, y'all, I gave myself a big pat on the back because Good American is not only just a huge company, it's a Kardashian-based company. So you can just imagine how big of a company that is. And for them, their marketing team, their PR team, for them to notice me, I just felt like job well done, you know? And then also I worked with Zillow this year. So Zillow reached out to me, I believe it was about September. And my video did really well. You know, a couple people ordered some blue light blockers or even some prescription glasses, y'all. So I've been doing really well with Zillow. So I just gave myself another pat on the back for working with those two big companies this year, y'all. I don't know. I just feel like with me being a small channel, I just feel rewarded. Like, dang, what can I do if I keep going and my channel keeps growing? Like, who can I work with in 2024? I'm excited to see it, honestly. And then outside of those two companies, y'all, I honestly got so many emails from different brands, different companies. I really want to refine my brand and really dig deep to see what I really want to do. Also, with my creativity in 2023, I feel like I kind of reeled back a little bit on my short form content, which is like my first love. I want to start back focusing on that. I just got to find my balance between YouTube, which is long form, and my short form. So once I get balanced with both of those things, I feel like I'll have a pretty good schedule of when I want to post short form and when I want to post long form. Next up, let's talk about my relationship. Girl, when I tell you 2023 hated on the trips me and my babe had planned, not only was it just 2023, it was more so his job. And y'all, I'm so ready for that man to get a promotion, or I'm ready for one of his little side hustles to become a full-time entrepreneur type of situation, because the job be interfering with our travels. And I feel like this 2023 interfered with our travels more than any other year. And I don't know, I think it was just the timing. And then also he switched jobs a couple times this year. So y'all know, like if you watch the vlogs, he was coming home every day at one point, and then he got called back out to work. He switched jobs, and now he got to be at work for long periods of time. So that is one thing that I am super upset about. And it's not something that's new for us, because he's been in the same line of work since about 2014. So it's nothing new, y'all. I just feel like this year was just different. I don't know. But other than that, y'all know I'm super private about my relationship. I do share like some of our highlights on here. Like we are super goofy. So y'all saw us laughing and acting a fool on here. So everything's still good, y'all. He's at work right now. I'll be so happy when he get here in a couple days. But yeah, I just feel like 2023 tried to play with our trips. Girl, they didn't try. They did play. I'm looking forward to more trips, more everything with my man in 2024. Friendships. This is a topic that I really want to talk about. The last time I made my Q&A video, like my little chit chat video, that was at the end of second quarter. But I had people asking me the questions or commenting, you know, different topics at the beginning of the second quarter. I feel like by the middle of the third quarter and the fourth quarter, a lot of my thoughts about the friendships that I have changed. And don't get me wrong, y'all, like I do still have my friends, but it just got weird in the third and fourth quarter with a couple of my relationships. We have talked since I've made this video, but I just think I'm gonna keep these clips in here because it's really important to recognize the seasons of your life, whether they be, you know, with your friendships, your relationships, whatever. So I'm gonna keep these clips in here, but I did overall have a great year with my friendships. So I'm gonna put in some pictures as I'm talking. We went to Essence Festival. We went on winery tours. We went to concerts. It was a great year, y'all. So although you might have friendship ups and downs, talk to your people. And I'm gonna reiterate that in the next clip. You gotta know the difference between giving grace and setting boundaries, because I feel like if you start giving too much grace, people gonna take you for granted, and then you gonna be mad and you're gonna explode and you gonna just completely lose the friendship. Versus if you set a boundary and say, hey, I don't like how you did this, you know, please don't do it again. It leaves more room for your friend to make the change, or even you to make the change and then come back and y'all still friends. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, for me, I feel like third and fourth quarter, a couple of my friendships I started to notice were becoming one-sided. Like if you take a look at your friendships that you have and you're always the initiator or the person that's planning or reaching out, then you have a one-sided friendship. Unless your friend is good in other areas that you're weak in. I don't know. I just feel like with the third and fourth quarters, I started to notice like some one-sidedness that really bothered me. When things like that happen, I start to recategorize people's position in my life, because I feel like if you are like at a high position in my life and I reach out to you and I plan things for us to keep our friendship momentum going, there are certain things and certain lines that should not be crossed. Going through that in the third and fourth quarter was weird for me. But cheers to better friendships, more equally yoked friendships in 2024 for me and for you. Next up is family. I am big on family, y'all. I love my people. And as I said earlier, we make time to see each other. I spent a lot of time with my family in 2023. I'm sure I'll pop some pictures up on the screen so y'all can see some of our family moments. But yeah, 2023 and every other year is the year of family. And I wish, I hope, and I pray that in 2024 we can still spend the same amount of time together, if not more. So yeah. Next up is finances. So I did meet my finance goal in 2023, or I should say my savings goal. I did meet my savings goal in 2023. I kind of set a savings goal every year. I feel like in 2022, I did more spending than saving, which was unlike me. But I had a lot of stuff going on in 2022, so I was okay with that. But in 2023, I kind of bounced back and I met my savings goal. But I feel like moving forward in 2024, I'm gonna save, but I'm more so gonna focus on dwindling down the debt. Okay. So I want to get my student loans paid off. I need to figure out if I'm gonna get a new car, or if I'm gonna pay my car off. Because if I pay my car off, I want to double up on some of my payments to kind of dwindle down some of my debt. 2023, I met the savings goal. 2024, we are dwindling down the debt and we chopping that savings goal in half. Okay. So yeah, that's the savings and finance recap for 2023. So yeah, y'all, that's pretty much all of the categories that I wanted to discuss in this video. I feel like we covered a lot of things, to be honest. All in all, 2023 started off promising, ended weird, but things will be better in 2024. That is for sure. How could I forget all the car trouble I had in 2023? Y'all, my car tried to take me out of there, okay? From the hit and run to multiple tires having to be replaced to my water pump going out. It was just a lot. I don't know how I could forget that, but that's one big thing that made 2023 weird, babe. We're not going through that in 2024, Lord willing, okay? Speaking of 2024, I have 3 things on my list that I'm going to be doing to better prepare and plan for 2024. And the first one is I am going to be planning in quarters. I didn't really do that in 2023, but I kind of organized my life in quarters, but I didn't set my goals and intentions quarterly. So I'm going to do that in 2024. And then also I'll be checking in at the end of each quarter to see how I was on the few goals that I set. Planning in quarters, checking in at the end of each quarter, and then number 3 is a big one for me in order to get prepared and have a positive and successful 2024. I want to go back into my routines, my morning routine, my midday routine, my nighttime routine, and also eating bigger than getting back into routine. I want to start back working in increments. So those are my 3 things that I'm going to do to get prepared for 2024, to have a great year. And then also those are my 3 words of the year. But all in all, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I had a really fun time making this video. If I said anything that you had a hard time with in 2023, or if you have any advice for me, please meet me in the comment section, y'all. And don't forget to like this video, share it with a friend, comment, and subscribe to my channel. But yeah, y'all, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.